And we are live. Welcome to the Zeus X Podcast, you guys. I am your host, Zeus, and I'm here with four lovely ladies and the man himself, Alpha Villains. Let's get into it. We are back, you guys. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. We lost one person. I don't know why. We got a good show planned for you guys today. I'm going to keep this short. Check out the merch at ZeusXPodcast.com. It should be circling the screen as we speak right now. Also, if you guys would like to make any donations, please make a donation to Cash App via Cash App to Zeus X Unplugged. Again, that's Cash App Zeus X Unplugged. All donations are appreciated and will be used towards putting together a studio and upgrading equipment. Hit the subscribe button and the like button on the way in. It doesn't cost you anything to do so and really is helpful with the algorithm. If you're looking for coaching, check the link below. I got half hour and hour long sessions where I help men with dating, learning, gaming, finances, and just overall self improvement. So ladies, introduce yourself, tell everyone your name, social media tag, age, what you do for a living, and your current relationship status. Let's start with
You a
Rose.
little muffled, Zeus. I don't know why. You sound a little muffled, my G.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. You just
Am I muffled now?
Now just a little faint. Just a little faint.
All
But
right.
you good. Let's make it work. You know, that's the shit we're going live. You already know.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you better now. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Not sure what happened. We're doing it live, baby. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
All right, Haiti, go ahead. Go first.
Oh, damn. Hi. Well, I go by Rose on IG, but really and truly, my name is Dell. What I do for a living, I do so much, but career-wise, I am a human resources director, and I do on my own business. I don't like to look at myself or say I'm an Instagram model, like they would say, but I do have an influence on IG. I'm a mother, a single mom at that, relationship status, single.
Mhm.
Um, that's a little bit about me.
Okay. So next, can we get into what's with the noises? Next, let's get into Aphrodite.
Well, like you said, I'm Aphrodite. You know, I go by Cuban, the demigod, all underscores, all the way down to the end. I'm 41, and I'm actually a dominatrix.
Ooh.
I'm not an Instagram model or anything like that, but I do have 7 children, so I feel like I'm doing pretty well. And my relationship status is happy.
What do you mean by dominatrix?
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Aphrodite, what do you mean by dominatrix? You hear me?
She's her shit's
Um,
frozen. Now you go.
I am paid to, put a paddle to the tattle. Put a pinch to the stench. You might like a little pain and a little loving at the same time. I don't know.
Jesus.
So you're the dominant in your situation?
I am the dominant in anything that I do.
That's just code word for masculine. But let's go ahead. Dope Diamond.
Hello, my name is Diamond. My Instagram is Dope Diamond, 3 Ds on the end, no underscores. I work in a hospital lab. I've been in healthcare for a couple of years. I'm 30, mom of 2, and in a relationship.
Okay. And Aphrodite, you said you're happy. What does that mean? You're single?
It means that I'm happy.
That's it. Leave it right there. Leave it
Why
right
does it have a status? Like, why?
Leave it right
Why
there,
gotta
my
give a
nigga.
status
Leave
like
it right there.
I'm happy.
She says she's happy. Leave it right there, my nigga. It's early. We not 5 minutes in. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's get into it. AV, go ahead. Introduce yourself to everybody, man.
What's good, everybody? I appreciate your patience. I go by the name of AV, aka Alpha Villains. I'm a content creator. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Alpha Villains. I got a YouTube channel as well called Alpha Villains. Relationship status. I'm single. I got a couple of shorties, but nothing crazy. And for me, the way when I came into this shit as a content creator, basically, a lot of men are villainized, or they're demonized for wanting to be better, right? To be better men, to be more masculine. So what I wanted to do is come into this space and really let men know that it's okay to be masculine. It's okay to be unapologetic and go after what you want and put yourself first so you can be the best version for whoever you have. You got kids, you got a woman, etc. So I don't bash women. I mean, I got smoke for everybody. I got smoke for men and women if it's applicable. But I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Definitely. All right. First question, ladies. Who should pay on a first date? Should it be 50-50? Men pay, or should the ladies pay? And we can start with Aphrodite.
I say let's go Dutch. I don't know you and you don't know me.
That's Aphrodite?
Yes.
Go Dutch? Okay.
Go Dutch.
Explain. Elaborate.
We don't know each other. We getting to know each other. You don't need to know my pockets the same way I don't need to know yours. It don't bother me none.
All right, so you tell me you're gonna go 50-50 with a guy, and you can still respect.
No, he gonna pay for his shit, and I'm gonna pay for my shit, and we gonna decide if he's allowed to pay for my shit, because that's me allowing you to do it. You get what I'm saying? That means I like you enough for you to do it for me, and if I'm allowed to do it for you, vice versa.
That's crazy. Yeah, I like your energy, man. It is what it is, yo. It is what it is.
So a guy has to be allowed to pay for your shit.
Fucking, because then you're gonna think that you have some type of like you need something from me. You get what I'm saying? Like you're gonna want something after that. You're gonna want some pussy. You're gonna want to talk to me later on the phone. I might not want to talk to your ass after that ever again. You might not. Your conversation might not be enough for me. So it might be a cut off right after. So this way, we broke, my dude. We went outside. We enjoyed some time. You make a motherfucker pay for my time. So happy they went outside together, and you pay for your stuff, and I.
That's fair, bro. I mean, that's fair. You know what I mean? Yo, at the end of the day, that's fair. That's the best adjective I could say. That's fair. You know what I mean? For me, I wouldn't, I hear you. You absolutely, I can't even argue it and shit. If she's saying that you got to let a nigga, if a nigga is worthy to pay for her, and that's her reality, that's her narrative, that's what it is. I know you're not hurting. You know what I mean? You got niggas on deck when ready, so I respect it. Real shit.
Yeah, I'm not hurting. I care less.
I mean,
and
to each their own. I do hear what you're saying, and I don't even think it's up for discussion because that's how you feel. However, I do think as a woman, if someone is gonna invite you out on a date, regardless if it could just be physical attraction, something was there. There's a reason why that person said, and even if that person just wanted to fuck, which is okay too, because that's the world we live in. We're not gonna, somebody may want to get to know you, or somebody may just be sexually attracted to you. And with everything in life comes a price. I'm not gonna put a price on a dinner because the most a man is probably gonna pay out on a date is what, 150, 200, and I don't think any woman is worth less than that. Actually, no woman should be even have a price when it comes to that. So, in my opinion, I feel like if a man is gonna invite a woman out on a date, mostly a first date, he should pay for it. He should just pay for it because, again, that's just me. I mean, you inviting me out on a date. I mean, that's the least you could do is just pay the bill at this point.
Invited the person, whoever's asking should be paying.
I agree.
First impressions be everything. So my first impression is that, nigga, I don't need you. I might want you, but I don't need you.
Well, if somebody take you out on a date, it does not mean because you agreed to go out on that date, it shows that you need that man. That's not what it means.
No, that's not
stepping out as well to go out on a date. You had some type of interest, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying?
No, sometimes I just was bored.
Okay, so and that is an interest too, because you bored and you still want to step out with somebody to eat.
I might be interested in the restaurant.
It's an interest. It's an interest. You get what I'm saying? You may not be interested in the person. You may perhaps be interested in the food, but you still stepped out. So what's happening is, regardless of what you needed, you wasted energy because you stepped out with that person. You know what I'm saying? You could have easily said no. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saying You don't need a man to do this, or you might. Why did you even step out at the first place? You could have just easily said, "Nah, I got food home. I don't need that."
No. I don't need a man. I might want a man.
Yeah,
It's not necessary with all the toys they got.
Damn, you see? That's what I'm saying.
Say it again.
She says not necessary with all the toys they got. Yo, watch this. Hold on. Let me chime in. All of you ladies are correct because that's what your standards are. That's what you want. See, a lot of niggas that get on the mic, they get mad because they don't want you to want what you want. So for me, not all women, respectfully, deserve $150 to $200 date. Now, for you, ma'am, that you require that a minimum of $150 to $200. How am I to challenge that? That's what it is. That's what you get. And I'm sure
it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement, though. I'm just saying it depends on where you take that woman. It could. What's a date? I could have chosen, or the man could have chosen, hey, let's go out on a park. Let's go for a walk.
Right.
And there's no price to it because taking someone out is an investment. Regardless if you pay $20, $120, $200, $1,000, it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? So I say on a first date, a man does not have to necessarily have to spend money. Actually, if you're going out on a first date with someone, you should be able to sit somewhere where you're able to communicate, regardless if you don't see each other, for a second time or a third time. But the whole point of going out with someone for the first time is really to see if there's some type of connection.
You see, I agree with you, but here's the problem with most men. Most men don't have a personality. They don't have necessarily a mouthpiece, right? So what happens is they get the number, you guys exchange DMs and shit, you match on a dating app and shit, and they so quick to take you out because they can't talk to you without having another distraction in the midst of that conversation. For me, I'm gonna see if there's chemistry before I take your ass out. You know what I mean? That's just me. This is me. So at the end of the day, the dominatrix said, yo, I don't even know if I'm gonna want to fucking talk to you after the meal and shit. For me, I don't know if I'm gonna want to talk, not you, but in general, I don't know if I want to talk to the lady after I see if there's chemistry. So if there's no chemistry, why would I take the woman out on a date? Niggas rush to take a girl out on a date because that's what they feel like they have to do because they're lacking in other areas. This is why niggas be doing shit, texting all this nasty shit on the text. And then when they get to the bedroom and shit, they can't even perform and shit. So a lot of it's really, I'm not mad at you women for wanting or expecting what you expect. That's fine. But most men don't have the capacity or the fucking mentality or personality to entertain or entice a woman. These niggas are too busy listening to YouTube, looking at niggas do other shit, thinking that they can emulate that shit and not really tapping into who they are. And most of you women can see a fraud or a lame off rip. And this is why after the meal is over, I was interested in the restaurant and shit. It's over. You know what I'm saying? So I respect everything that y'all saying and shit because that's what y'all want. But at the end of the day, most men don't know what they doing. So that's why they so fast to try to impress you, to take you to a restaurant that they can't even fucking afford.
Well, I mean, let me ask you, if you're going to take a woman out on a date, what would be, you said there needs to be a connection, correct?
Right.
Okay. So yes, most men may not know what they want. And then I think everybody has a personality.
Sure.
It could be a crazy personality. It could be an awesome personality, a goofy personality. Everybody, but not everybody has a character. Okay. That's the word. Right. Because what happened is some men are out there and all they could offer to actually get a woman is to first say, can I take you out on a date?
Right.
Because us women, we like to hear it. Even if we know we're not interested in a man, but because nowadays niggas don't really have that energy to take you out on a date. Some men will strictly tell you, can you come over? When you never even met them in person. And that's not okay. So I do respect a man, regardless if that man just want to fuck. Take me out in public. That's me though. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have, it could have been to Wendy's for all I care. Let me.
One might get a time.
If a man tell me to come over,
wait. One might get a time. Are you done? Haiti?
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Aphrodite.
a man tell me to come over and he never met me before, I'm coming over in all patent leather dildo and some fucking strings to hang him over the ceiling.
Yo, nah, chill,
you don't know
chill.
what you're asking for. You don't even know me. You gonna ask me to come over? Try that one time. I bet you they'll never do that shit to you again.
Chill. Nah, B. I'm good. Thank you, man.
What?
Appreciate you.
All right, I'm gonna let me chime in there.
Yeah.
I believe men should pay, but not for the women though. Granted, the end result's the same, right? But men should pay for themselves. When a man pays and plans for a date, it automatically conveys leadership, decisiveness, authority, and it's attractive. And more importantly, you control the frame. You're able to dictate the terms, logistics, and lead the interaction in the direction you as a man want it to go in. You see what I'm saying? And fellas, if like most men, right, you want to smash as soon as possible, preferably that first date. Well, the moment that woman digs in her purse and pays for even half that date, she will use distraction for you.
It's over.
And more importantly,
It's over.
arousal for you.
Absolutely.
Modern, independent, liberal feminist, any chance you have, romance for that night drops precipitously the moment she goes in her wallet. Most women won't even respond to you after that, and the more attractive she is, the higher the likelihood. Are there exceptions? Sure. But even women who do offer and pay deep down inside develop a small amount of resentment towards you and feel a way about it. And even if she's seeing you, if she has to keep paying the bill or half on dates, after a while that attraction begins to dwindle, which grows into resentment and a lack of respect. The woman, you're dating sees you as an equal, then she can never see you as a leader. You dig what I'm saying? Do pay bills for men or take care of men, grow to resent that man, and even worse, lose any respect they had for that man. Plus, ladies, if you end up paying, and typically early on in a relationship, that's a red flag.
Yes, it is.
It's a red flag.
You know what I think? I think that you are alpha, and I think that you're also a puppet master.
Why do you say that?
I'm saying though,
because you know exactly what to say and how to move. So therefore, it's all a mind thing. Who's to say that's what's right or what's wrong, or a man can't lead just because a woman paid for her first meal? What if it's two strong leaders? What if it's two alphas? What if it's two trying to show the same thing? Like, baby, if you fall, I can lead, and if you, vice versa. But what you just said to me is like, puppet master.
I'm saying though, somebody's got to. Yo, hold up though. I like the energy.
Go ahead.
Nah. No, listen, bro. She's spitting facts. Listen, I've dated women who were assertive, right? Who had your energy. They weren't dominatrix. They didn't have dildos in their bags, but they had your energy, and I appreciate that. See, watch this though. Watch this. A lot of niggas, and I said this on my show the other day. A lot of niggas are scared of strong women. I was raised by a strong woman. I was a single mother, right? But at the same time, we both can't drive a car, right? Only one of us can drive. Now, most women, even though they can be leaders in the relationship, they don't necessarily want to, because being a leader, heavy lies the crown, is a lot of responsibility. So now, if you meet a man who is capable of relieving the person or your partner of those leadership duties, let him. I trust him. You know what? He got it. But in the event that the nigga falls off, now your partner could step in and take the reins. So if we taking a long road trip and I'm tired, they can drive. You know what I'm saying? So most women, in my experience and what I see, I'm not scared of a woman who got a degree, who got her own money and shit, who's a boss, babe. I really don't give a shit about that. For me, this is me. But what I'm saying is, I know being the boss comes with a cost, right? And most people don't necessarily want to pay. Most women are bosses because they have to be, because the nigga in their life is not living up to the expectations that they expected him to live up to. So my thing is this: if your girl is a boss and you mad at your girl for being a boss, nigga, you need to be mad at yourself for not being the boss, because a boss ain't gonna be mad at another boss. We understand each other. So today you're gonna do this, you handle that, I'm gonna handle this. We're both necessary and we both complement each other. But I find that most men are insecure around women who are strong like this, like all of y'all actually. Oh, you can't pay me for my meal and shit. Now you're not a leader. yeah, it's attractive if the man makes the plans and shit and he pays for the meal, but at the same time, we have to see whether or not we on the same page. If we have the same gripes, we understand the same things to be able to move like that. Because a boss and another boss is very tricky for it to work, but we have to learn and identify. Sometimes I got to suppress my shit. Sometimes you got to suppress your shit. That's where it comes into play. But me, I like a boss bitch, respectfully, because I don't like somebody that's like dumb. They ain't got no drive, because I'm always on the move. I'm always hustling. So I like to see that too. That's what turns me on, but that's just me.
So what
See,
you
the
just said as
attraction is
well. Go
Okay.
ahead, hon.
Go ahead, baby.
With what you just said as well. I don't know if you guys heard of that saying. There's a place and time for everything. Correct. So I may have it all. I may be making money, more money, or even close to what my man is making. Correct. That does not mean as a woman or because my man is the leader, I'm not gonna do certain things. So here's where I'm coming at. Birthdays, Christmas, vacations. My man may have booked the vacation and said, babe, pack your bag, we're leaving on such and such date. But when I go there, I may want to do certain things with my man as well,
Sure.
things that he didn't even plan to do. But as
Sure.
a woman, while he did all that, I don't have to wait on him to say, oh, but if we getting dressed for dinner when we get on vacation, it should be okay for me to put my card on the table and say, babe, I got it. If we're gonna do certain things, I may
Yeah.
say, babe, I got it covered. Because what it is it's not a matter of a price to it. Because once you build that connection with someone, once you're there mentally with that person, you're not worrying about who's paying for what. It's
Facts.
just a number. It comes naturally. Because if I'm your woman and you're my man, the goal is for us to take care of each other and make each other happy. And that, of
For sure.
course, with being happy comes money, because nobody could tell me that you could be happy without having money. And so
yeah.
certain time my man is gonna handle things, and just like other times I'm just gonna handle things without even have to. I don't have to discuss it with my man. It just comes naturally.
Absolutely.
That's
I
how
mean,
I
you're
feel.
seasoned. You're seasoned. You know what I mean? You've been through some shit. You're wiser. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. But it's easier said than done. When you got social media, you have TV, you have your friends, your toxic friends, you have your single mother telling you, he ain't shit, that you got to get all this shit. And you have these guys who are prejudging you. Like you said, yo, you swipe right and shit. Yo, come to my crib. That's because the woman before you matched with him came to the crib. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we all have to have our responsibilities. But I love what the dominatrix said, and I forgot your name, and I apologize. You said, I'm happy. That was I'm borrowing that, matter of fact. Yo, what's your status? I'm happy. Because it all boils down to that. See, here's the deal, and this sounds corny and it sounds repetitive, but if you are a man or a woman, you relying on somebody else to make you happy, you fuck. Because nobody should be responsible for each other's happiness. Now, if I'm happy and
Mm-hmm.
you happy, or we're both striving to be happy, because nobody's always happy. If we're both striving for it, we can complement each other. So the day when I'm not feeling all hot, you can fill in that void, and vice versa. But happiness is a constant journey of self-improvement, self-understanding. Today you like some shit, tomorrow you may not like it. The nigga that in today isn't the nigga that I was last year when COVID hit and all that shit. So we always changing. And I think people get into relationship with unrealistic expectations. You think that when you meet the woman, the sex is gonna be the bomb all this time. Or niggas think that they can compete with the toys, shit that you could plug into the wall. My nigga, you can't plug in. So when a woman says, yo, I want a man to satisfy me. And I told this bro, yo, real shit, I told this bro this shit today earlier. She's like, yeah, I can't find a nigga to satisfy me. I said, but baby, you want a nigga to satisfy you in comparison to something that you could plug into the wall. It's not gonna work. What you need to focus on is something that he can fulfill. You don't need to be satisfied by a man. You need companionship. Most of us don't even know how to talk to each other in person unless we have our phone in front of us.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old. I'm 48 years old. You know what I mean? I'm old school, right? So I'm trying to get into this technology shit. But for me, I don't even do dating apps, because I'd rather go outside and be like, yo, what's good?
And meet people.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Talk to people, because like niggas are hot on the phone, but when you meet them, they lame. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Or you see a woman and you like her, she don't even look like that. Her angles are crazy. I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
DB,
See,
go ahead.
I forgot your name. I apologize. You were saying that money can't, you have to have money to be happy. But I'm 41. I was married for 13 years. At the end of my husband's life, he had all the money in the world. When we first got together, okay, real shit, this nigga get that EBT card and make that candlelight dinner in that backyard, and that was everything for me. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't, we didn't have the big house. We didn't have all of the crazy cars. We didn't have none of that shit. We were grinding, coming up together. But you know what? That was the happiest relationship that I've ever been in my life. I gave him 6 kids.
After that,
But let me tell you something. That
You get
EBT card
He's
is
a
money,
great
honey.
father.
That EBT card is
No.
money. He could not. He
Government
could not.
money. It's not your own money.
Aphrodite, where
No,
is he?
but
Let me
still,
finish.
it's money.
Hold
That's
on,
what I'm
let her
saying.
finish. Go ahead.
It's government money. It's government money. It's not money that he went out there and worked for. It was something that was given to him. That is not included. It doesn't. What I'm saying is that he was the type of guy that would go to a garden and pick flowers for me. Okay, it was the effort in the man that turned me on extremely. He got 6 days out of me. I ain't went none. 6 of them motherfuckers. Okay.
Right.
I hear you, but
And
here's what I mean by saying
I'm
money.
happy as hell. He was
You gave that
respectful.
example with
He was
EBT
smart.
card.
He was.
It may be the government money, but it's money. Because see, you're looking at it as in a way that's not money he's worked for, but without, he could not have went to the shop without having something to pay for what he needs to make that dinner that you appreciated so much. So
It was
again,
his
that's why I
effort.
said, regardless of what you do, EBT or not, cash, credit card, you need money to move. So, and then it made you happy. It does not matter if it was not his own money, but money was involved in order for him to do whatever he did for you. And that's why you're happy.
Listen, we would walk, okay, to the church in snowy weather, right? And he would make it fun just because we might have had a snowball fight all the way there with the kids. What I'm saying is that happiness, don't think that happiness comes from money. Now, we all need it. I'm not going to say that we not need it. We're not going to say that we don't want it. But believe me, happiness does not come from that. Because I know too many people that's in the industry right now that got a whole bunch of money. I know a lot of people that got a whole bunch of money. They fucking miserable.
Nah, you're right, but I'm pretty sure a person with money is more happy than a person that's broke. I'm more
Absolutely.
happy if I got $500
Absolutely.
than I got $20.
And even when you're dealing with a man who's
When
broke,
I got under a certain amount, I feel some type of way.
Now let Shorty talk. She hasn't spoken.
At a time. DB, go ahead.
Go ahead, DB.
Go ahead.
When I have less than a certain amount, I start to feel some type of way. Even though I know I still got money, this is lower than I'm used to having. I ain't happy. Not saying that money brings happiness, but it's still like you said, it's a necessity. So in a sense, to have it brings a comfort.
You know what's crazy?
But it's a condition. Firm. It's a condition like Balenciagas. It's a condition like any fashion that's going around.
I need money. I don't need Balenciagas.
But do
Watch
you get what I'm
this.
saying?
Nah, go ahead. Nah. I'm sorry, Dominic. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Aphrodite. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking old, man.
Usually
Jesus
people
Christ.
say domination that many times.
I'm gonna call you Aphrodite. Okay, watch this though. You guys all have valid points, but Aphrodite, you know what I noticed too? Doing this podcast shit, kind of touching on these topics. That love, that relationship that you described is something that either A, has happened once in a lifetime. You only get 1 or 2 of those at the max. Number 2, those are things that people typically experience when they're younger, right? When we're younger, we don't put as much value in money, right? So now, and number 3, now I'm not denouncing your relationship because I know that feeling, right? But watch this. It's kind of like the ride or die shit. I know a lot of women who ride or die with their nigga and shit, and they ain't get nowhere. Now they burnt, or they bitter, or they just like, it didn't get me nowhere. Now that I'm older, I know that life is harder. I have my own kids. I got responsibilities. I'm not trying to fix a nigga. I ain't trying to ride or die with a nigga because I already did that. Now, what Shorty was saying too about the Balenci's and money, she's absolutely right. But here's the deal. Me, I've had big homes and shit like that. For me, as you get older, I realize I need less of what I thought I fucking needed. So like when I needed all this gear, all these big cribs and shit, you got landscaping, you got bills and shit. I don't really need all of that, because once I had it, I realized I didn't necessarily need it. And then I started to look inward. I started to look inward towards my happiness. So yeah, some people need money, some people don't. But for me, I think the happiest people are the people who make do with what they have and go after more. Because there's a lot of niggas that got bread, they killing themselves, they offing themselves and shit. There's a lot of niggas who got a lot of bitches, they got a lot of, respectfully, there's a lot of niggas who look the way you thought. Like, watch this. There's one of my niggas, he's a mentor of mine. This nigga called me the other day. He got shit that I'm aspiring to get. He mentoring me. This nigga's like, yo, I ain't happy, nigga. And in my head, I'm walking him off the ledge. I'm like, nigga, what you mean? In my head, I ain't telling him this. I'll tell you, what you mean you're not fucking happy, nigga? I want what you have. So just like you said and everything else, money is a necessity. Money is a necessity for us to have options. But I think once you're centered and happy with yourself and you set goals that are attainable for yourself, you'll be happier, bro. Because at the end of the day, you can have money, you can have all this shit, you can have the baddest chick, you can have the baddest nigga, you can go on all these trips, but what's next? During the pandemic, we all were forced to sit down. A lot of people broke up. A lot of people didn't know what the hell to do with themselves. A lot of people gained weight, all this shit. It really set apart the hustlers and the people who are reliant on all the freedoms that we have. So I ain't trying to change nobody's mind, but for me, I realize as I age, I realize I don't need as much as I thought I needed. And I think every person should really look for what they want and go after it. I'm not going to shame you for wanting some shit just because I don't agree with it. That just means you're not for me. But there's a lot of niggas who are frustrated that get mad at women like you because y'all talking your shit, your truth, and niggas don't agree with it, and now they want to call you a bitch or they want to do some dumb shit. And I'm like, nigga, you sound dumb. Let her go. She's not for you. And if she's talking like that with conviction, that means she's getting it like that. That's what these niggas don't understand. They call y'all delusional, but there's a certain point where delusion meets reality. You can't be saying that I want 5-star meals and shit like that if you ain't never been to the restaurant. Clearly, you've been to the restaurant. So there's somebody out there for, there's somebody out there for everybody.
All right. Let me just say this real quick. Because you guys mentioned, making more money, can it work? Women leading all that nonsense. Once you become unplugged, you can never get replugged, right? And that's the problem with this independent thinking, this red pill shit, right? Back in my broke days, I would have loved a woman that made more money than me. If I could have some, if I could somehow finesse her to take care of me, or I'd be happy, right? But if I knew back then it would never last long term. Women are not built to provision for a man long term, right? Nor do they want to. If you're making, let's say you're making $5 million a year, right? As a woman, let's say you're making $5 million a year, right? And your woman is making $7K a year. It's not going to be a significant difference in lifestyle, right? It's not going to be that different. So at that point, it doesn't really matter in that dynamic if she's making more money than you. But if you're making $42K a year and she's making $130K a year, well, that's a significant issue, right? If your woman makes more money than you, it's a problem. Now, that sounds like I'm insecure, but it's not insecurity, it's realistic. And in reality, if your girl is outperforming you financially, that looks extremely bad on you as a man. A woman making more money than you is irrelevant, honestly, because she's not measured on her financial performance. However, you as a man are. A huge part of your value to women and society as a whole is measured on your financial performance. You're supposed to be the leader and the provider. The dynamic where she outperforms you financially just doesn't work. At some point, she will begin to lose arousal and attraction for you. That will eventually grow into her having lack of respect for you. And more and more as time progresses, that respect will evolve into what you call resentment, which will transcend into her inevitably leaving your ass. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just know too much now. And I know that when women were polled in the US, they all seek a man that makes 26 to 58% more than they do. I know when a woman makes more money than her man, the chances of divorce increase drastically. If you were to extrapolate that to boyfriend, girlfriend, breakup situations, the breakup rates in regards to this would be higher. So as a man, when your girl makes more money than you, it may not be an issue initially, but that time clock is always ticking, right? You have to step up at some point. Or she's gonna get that hypergamous itch, and if she can't, if you can't scratch it, you're on the chopping block, bro. Like she's trying to replace you as soon as possible. Women have a short tolerance for a man's financial ineptitude, and as she continues to advance, less tolerance for it. She was, and guess what? She especially loses attraction for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest, the more attractive she is, the less she can tolerate it. You see what I'm saying? And if she's attractive, she probably wouldn't even be in position. The most attractive women are not dealing with a man who makes less money, because an attractive woman wouldn't tolerate you making less than her 9 times out of 10. And a high earning attractive woman has, like, she doesn't care to deal with a man who's broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Women are not quick to be leaders, and a huge predicator on who leads within a confines of a relationship is who's the breadwinner. You dig what I'm saying? Leading a man, that's an uncomfortable position for a woman to be in. Even when they have to be in that position temporarily, they don't like it. Are women capable of leading? Not really, but to be honest, like, women can't lead shit, to be honest with you, on balance probabilities. But there are a small fraction that possibly can. Sure. Now, is it optimal? No, because more importantly, women don't even prefer to lead. Most women, if you was to line up like 100 women, they would all tell you, no, I don't want to lead a man. You see what I'm saying? They want a man to lead them. Women don't prefer to be in a leadership position. Taking care of a man, like, why would a woman want to take care of a man? Like, think about that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't see women posting on social media about, I just paid my man bills and took him shopping and just got his haircut. They don't do shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not sexy to take care of a man. However, for you to take care of her is sexy. You dig what I'm saying? So if your girl is doing better than you right now, it's okay. But you have to close that gap sooner than later, bro. Like, if you're gonna maintain respect and arousal from her. The problem is this bullshit propaganda where guys are being told 50-50 equal partnership, we're the same, we're gonna build together. She's gonna motivate me to become better. It's social constructionism. It's a fallacy. It's not rooted in reality. No woman wants to build with a guy. Women don't build, they move in. Now, there are some women that don't mind to come in and see a man that has already started building himself, started the construction process, has enough ambition to, in a blueprint to reach his final form. And if needed, she can come in and add or tweak a few things in there and assist him in the build-up process. You dig what I'm saying? But typically, women would prefer a pre-assembled man. No woman wants to read instructions and play build a nigga with your ass nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, because guess what? They can go on Instagram and find a bunch of motherfuckers that's already pre-assembled like a fucking Avenger. That's a fact.
Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, niggas like me missed the 90s. The 90s was the shit. But you're absolutely right, man. But it's not an offensive thing, right? For women to want more and expect somebody to pre-assemble, because women have a lot of obstacles too. 100%. But I want to give you a little bit of a pushback just to be objective, right? Mm-hmm. I think women can definitely make a man better, right? A woman can make, for instance, I'm speaking on me. I think women can definitely polish me or make me better depending on the roles that I give her, right? So let's say, for instance, this is me. Let's say, for instance, I she wants to participate in my program and shit, or she's helping me alleviate some of the tasks or things that I got to do. She will help me become better because now I have more focus and more time to focus on the things that matter. Now, I always tell guys to not be afraid of a woman who's got her shit together, because, like you said, Zeus, most women don't necessarily want a pre-assembled man. They don't want a fixer-upper because they've been through shit. They already done shit, so they don't have time for that shit. And I think we talk about it, the burden of performance. Men have a burden of performance that women don't necessarily have, and I don't think men have gotten over that. Women who are not attractive, who are overweight, who are not the standard, right, will have more attention and more opportunities to go out than a nigga that's average. Most women want a man who is above average, right, or at least on the surface. So at the end of the day, men really just need to understand that men and women are different. Doesn't mean that we're better, but we're different. And I think if men would start focusing less on what women have and focus on what you need as a man, women will be a little bit more intrigued in you, because there's a lot of fuck boys outside. I'm sure these women can attest to that. A lot of niggas are not masculine enough, and they are too busy applying what they find attractive in women to themselves. So now women are turned off. They're like, nah, I don't even know if I want to fuck with this nigga and shit. Yeah, I'll get some dick, but women like sex more than men or just as much as men. So it doesn't really fucking matter. So at the end of the day, in these cults on YouTube and shit and all these niggas on content creators and shit, men are just mad. Men are just mad that women are privy and have more opportunities than them. But you have to understand, men have to create their opportunities. Most women, not you ladies, but most women are given opportunities because they have breasts and ass. It is what it is. So men need to get over that shit and just put in the grind, put in the work. And if she's not feeling you right now, maybe she'll feel you later. But there's plenty of women out there that you will be able to snag or get while you on your purpose, bro. This is what I'm talking. Me, when I came into this shit, a lot of these niggas be complaining about chicks, not because I don't have problems with women, but I'm saying this. If you're not feeling me, I shoot my shot. You're not feeling me, I keep it fucking moving, bro.
Yes.
It is what it is. No harm, no foul. If I take you out on a dinner and I misread it and you really finessed me and I thought we was gonna smash and we didn't smash, I'll have to take that L. I gotta take that L. I can't get mad at her and call her a bitch and say women ain't shit. I spent $200 on a date and shit because now she wasn't feeling me. Maybe I didn't close the deal properly. I need to take a look at myself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was too hasty in inviting the girl out. So at the end of the day, we're all having a really good discussion because everybody is not wrong, because that's everybody's expectation. And like I said, bro, I'm not here to argue your expectations. I'm only here to let men know that if you do have an expectation, you got to respect her expectation and she's got to respect your expectation. The problem is niggas are too mad at their expectations and they don't have enough expectations on their own.
Anybody got a comment on that? No? All right. So we go with the next question. So ladies, why do women complain about a lack of chivalry from men? We can start with Diamond.
Because it's not there.
I can't hear you, Diamond.
Like,
She said it's not there.
Say it again. Yeah,
Now
Diamond.
now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's just not there. Like, for instance, walking down the street. If a man really cares about you, he's gonna tell you that you walk on the inside. You don't walk on the outside. Opening and closing doors. All these things a lot of guys don't do. And they look at you like you crazy if you expect them to do it. Even as far as like a guy staying at your house and them wanting to be on the side closer to the door. That shows that they want to protect you. If you want to sleep on the inside, that means to me that I'm protecting you. Where we do that at?
Equal rights, equal fights, though. Let me stop.
I ain't fight for that.
I'm just playing.
I was born in 91.
I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Rose, you got anything coming on that, Rose?
Repeat it again. Sorry.
Chivalry. Why do you think chivalry is dead today?
Right.
I think a lot of women has to do with it too. Because what happened is we're living up to what society want us to live up to. And we're forgetting who we are and what we want. And so in order for us to feel cool, certain things that we're just going to go ahead and just agree with and let a man do, knowing that for damn sure that's not what I want and that's not what I'm used to, or that's not how I was raised. Because the other women don't care about that. Like things like she just said, opening up the doors. I've had, I grew up with my brothers. I'm a baby out of 13. And I have many brothers who's always held, if I have a long dress, I'm going down the stairs, they hold my dress, they hold my hands, they open my car door. And like she said, like these little things nowadays, if you do ask men, from our generation, they look at you as, who the fuck you think you are? But in reality is culture has a lot to do with it too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here looking at, but my brothers do this for me and for their girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm used to. That's how I was raised. So it's not so much that it's over. It's just really these other women out there are not making it known, or making it seem as that's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to say we got intimidated into doing what they're doing, but for a lot of women like me, I just rather just observe. Okay, if it's gonna do it, okay, fine. If it's not, that's okay too. Keep it moving.
All right. Aphrodite.
For me personally, flattery don't charge my batteries, right? But at the same time, right? How are you making that man feel? You get what I'm saying? We are a reflection of each other, and anybody that you meet. You get what I'm saying? So what is it that you're doing to give that man a good feeling? Or for me, it's vice versa. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times a nigga not opening the door because it's so many people, so many women that are out there that a nigga open the door and they don't know how to say thank you. You get what I'm saying? So flat, you
Let's
make your
go.
man feel like a king, he make
Bro,
you feel like a queen. But for me, I don't. I'll hold the door for you and the crew that's coming in. You get what I'm saying? We outside.
No doubt. Yo, but you're a
yeah,
fucking unicorn. But you know what? Let me chime in too. Let me give my 2 cents. I think chivalry is dead because women are not receptive to it. Most women are not receptive. I think most men, to be honest with you, in my opinion, I think men are the true romantics, right? The true romantics. And nowadays, women, modern women, if you will, have stripped away or kind of taken the fun out of romance, right? Like you guys talked about walking in the park and shit and doing some shit that doesn't necessarily cost a lot of money. And that only is reserved for niggas that you really into. I get that. But chivalry is not necessarily appreciated. I think men today don't feel appreciated enough. We are expected to do so many things with very little results, right? Now, I think even though we should be chivalrous and shit and we should do certain things, a simple thank you. I mean, Jesus Christ, even when I go to the gym and shit, I'll hold the door for a woman. Not that I'm expecting it, but it would be nice for a woman to look into my eyes and say thank you. Or just like sometimes I'll go in the elevator and shit and I'll press what floor. I'll ask the broad what floor you going on to, and she about to tell me I got a man. I'm like, bitch, I'm just asking what floor you're going on, respectfully.
Right.
So my point is, women are conditioned right now. Women are conditioned to be this way. Social media, the movies and shit, your single moms, your toxic friends are telling you, get this nigga, get this nigga. And then men on the flip side of that coin is like, man, they're not appreciating it, so fuck it. Let's just bring them to the crib. We're not taking them out to eat. Let's just bring them to the crib and Netflix and chill. So we're both responsible for this. Now, again, 48 years old and shit. I miss the fucking 90s, but I'm adapting, right? I see how it is and shit. At the end of the day, chivalry, regardless, I do shit to not expect anything in return. So at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be chivalrous, opening the door for somebody is not a big deal for me. Walking you on the inside of the street is not a fucking big deal for me. I'm not expecting a fucking cookie. That's like saying I take care of my kids. I took my kid to the barber. Like I'm supposed to get a fucking pat on the back for the shit. That's what you're supposed to do. A lot of niggas do shit to try to impress a woman, and that's where you fail. If you do shit and you know what you're supposed to be as a man, whether somebody recognizes it or not, it shouldn't matter. It should be part of what your DNA is, part of your definition of what a man should be. So chivalrous, I think a lot of women don't know how to appreciate a man, but at the same time, men want appreciation for the basic shit. I don't reward women for the basic shit. I reward you for shit you go above and beyond. And I expect women to do the same thing. If you open the door, a thank you is a thank you, but I'm not going to expect to smash you because I opened up the fucking door. This is what I'm talking about. These niggas are out of their fucking mind. I'm looking at these niggas like, you niggas are dumb. And I'm a content creator, right? I'm aspiring. I'm new. And I listen to these niggas. I'm like, what are y'all niggas talking about, bro? You mad at the broad because she ain't smash you, but you a fucking lame, nigga. So this is interesting because at the end of the day, men and women I think women should be rewarded for going above and beyond. And I think men should be appreciated / rewarded for going above and beyond. Sleeping next to the door, holding the door open, is something that your mammy should have fucking taught you. And if she ain't teach you that, then you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what, maybe I should do this, whether she smashes me or not. And the less you chase something, the more it comes to you. The more you chase something, the more it runs from you.
Here's another thing to add to what you said. You see, the thing about it is, it's not that we don't appreciate what men do. It's the woman y'all go after, though. It's the woman y'all go after.
Let's
Those women who
go.
do show appreciation are never the ones y'all want,
You
are
see?
never the one y'all show respect to. So now, quick example. Now, you talk about how you was raised. Very important. I was 8 months pregnant. When my baby daddy was coming home, I still was not expecting him to get down on a dirty tub. I got on my knees, cleaned that tub because I want my man to take a shower in a clean tub after work, right? So I didn't, and a lot of time my friends would say, you could barely even bend down. And to me, it was my responsibility to make sure my man is gonna come to a clean shower. My man is gonna come to a room where the shit is laid nice and properly. So all these things are what us women do. I mean, 9 months pregnant too. He was working 2 o'clock in the morning, calling me. I'm starving. I was up making something for him to eat. I was not expecting for him to jump on social media or tell all his friends, so this is what my woman do. Because in my
Right,
head,
right,
that's what a woman is supposed to do.
right,
That's my man. I had to care for him. And
right.
so opening up the door and all these things, it's not, we do, women like me, and I'm saying me with a pride, we do appreciate that shit. But women like me don't get this shit either, because we too good for these men. You know what I'm saying? We also looking for the wrong men, and the good men out there are giving it to the wrong woman. And so that's where the problem comes in. Now, I don't want anyone sitting here talking about women don't. Yeah, you're right. Some women don't appreciate it, but those are the ghetto ones that y'all go after, because, to my knowledge, y'all do love this type of woman. These women who are not
Yeah.
gonna say thank you. These women who are not gonna say, "Baby, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing this." Damn, babe, that was amazing. Then, babe, I'm so proud of you. Y'all not interested in hearing these things from us, but y'all interested in that woman saying, "That's it, nigga, you ain't shit." That turns y'all on for some
Whoa,
reason.
whoa, whoa, hold up though. But yo,
I'm telling you.
nah, but you know what though? But a lot of you women, a lot, not you, but a lot of women are receptive to the niggas that treat you like shit too.
Absolutely.
Don't get it twisted.
Absolutely. And I agree.
Okay.
I agree. So it's not a matter of us or women or men not appreciating. It's just y'all giving it to the wrong person. Y'all doing it for the wrong person. And so therefore, y'all feel unappreciated. But I kid you not, if I found that type of man, that man would have been lifting me up on top of his head, running around saying shit. And no woman like my woman. But where do I find that man at? Nowhere.
Let's go.
These kind of men don't come my way.
Right.
So I think chivalry and equality cannot coexist, right? And so since women feel and act as though they're equal to men nowadays, chivalry has died out, right? For me to provide chivalry to a woman, it would inherently mean that that woman is not equal to me because I'm treating her different. Men and women aren't the same. We're not equals, and reality reinforces that fact. Also, chivalry should be earned, right? Women are not entitled to chivalry. A lot of women, and you said appreciate earlier, but I think it was Alpha Villains said that earlier, but I appreciate it. I think it was Alpha Villains. A lot of women don't appreciate chivalry. So because of that, men have stopped providing it. Men adapt to the dating market. Men adapt to what's going on now, right? Men have adapted to everything that's going on now. So men nowadays are not providing chivalry because women don't want chivalry. Just like men nowadays are becoming more and more dicks because women don't want a good guy. Good guys finish last for a reason. So, chivalry to me is like, if a woman earns it, then she gets it. I don't think a woman should just be entitled to chivalry. You guys got any comments on that?
What was the last sentence you just said? I wanted to hear it.
He says that chivalry should be earned. Chivalry should be earned. It's not necessarily something that is
the woman should be
part of the package. You know what I mean? That's to each his own.
Of course it should. I think it should. It definitely should be earned. You treat me good, I'm gonna treat you better.
Shit.
That's simple as that.
Some niggas don't like to be treated good. Aphrodite can attest to that though. Don't get it fucked up.
Listen, I feel like chivalry is a gesture. It should be something within you, a breed. You get what I'm saying? Like, is an upbringing. You get what I'm saying? I don't know any of y'all, but y'all ladies, if I seen y'all, I would open the door and tell you look pretty.
That's what I'm saying.
You get what I'm saying? But that's not me needing it as a favor or because I've done something for you that I should be that way. That's me as a person.
Right, a human.
So that's being a human. It's so many nights I go out and I'm open, I hold the door. 6, 7 girls walk in. Hey ladies, y'all look beautiful tonight. I hope you have fun.
Yeah, but you in my age bracket. I mean, you from a different era, bro.
That's
you know what I'm
because
saying?
we grew up with our dads in the home.
But I feel like at the same time, certain things you should not have to tell someone what to do. If you know, like something like I'm done cooking, you know what I'm saying, and you saw me put in the trash out the door. As a man, grab the trash from me. I just finished cooking. I'm about to do the dishes. Bring the trash downstairs. I don't have to tell you that.
Facts.
I don't have to tell you. Just like me personally, I never let my man take his plate in front of him. It does not make me a maid or a slave. But if I was kind enough to serve my man, I'm gonna take the plate away and wash it properly. So now, while I'm doing that, you could join. If there's if there are some cups and other things left on the table, you could bring it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know what I'm about and what I'm doing. Take the trash while I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? If there's food on the floor, you could take a broom and sweep it real quick. I don't have to tell you. That's why I feel like with our generation, I mean, I'm a 90 baby. I'm 31 years old. But yet,
oh my goodness,
because I was not born in the state and I was raised in Haiti.
I knew you. I heard the accent. I'm Haitian too.
It's within me to do because. So you know,
I already know the deal. Yeah, I heard the
just,
accent. I'm like, she
I
Haitian.
just have to do it. I just have to do it because it is what it is. That's how I was raised. That's what I've seen my mom doing for my dad, my grandparents, and so it comes with me, regardless of a bad a man is treating me. I do it for my friends. You know what I'm saying? Yet alone a man who's called my man. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't feel like as a woman or as a man, you should not have to tell your woman what she should be doing, knowing that you should have been doing it as a woman in the first place.
I feel like sometimes you got to watch how much you give too, because energy is real. Like when you sat there and you said earlier, you was like, I was 8 months pregnant and I washed that tub for my man. I was like, that's right, bitch. You know, excuse me, I don't mean no disrespect by that, but like, I cheered it on. But did he rub your feet after? You 8 months pregnant. I feel like when you're carrying a man's child, you shouldn't do a motherfucking thing. And
but then again, we also talked about
woman, and I can be submissive, so I know the submissiveness in it. But watch your energy.
What you said is the proper thing to do. He could have, but that's what we also said. Whatever you do in life, you don't do it expecting something in return. Now that's me. I want my man to get in a clean tub. Now, if my man feels the need after doing that to have that's good. I would appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not expecting because I just did that, he's gonna have a whole cake or just massage me. No, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But what you said is the perfect thing though. That is the dream for every woman, as a matter of fact.
To me, you get what I'm saying? I just feel like you being 8 months pregnant, carrying that baby inside of you, you are making a whole nother human, baby. You are a god right now. You sit down, you wash that tub, and I commend you for that because I've done it too. I don't let my man take his plate. I don't let my man wash the dishes, but he gonna take the fucking trash out because that's not my job.
Worst, the least he could do. You know what's crazy? Yo, you guys both are speaking so much facts, but I like what Aphrodite said, and I think it's very important. Yeah, if you are who you are, you're going to do things and not expect it in return. However, it's a very slippery slope. Mm-hmm. It's got to be give or take, because I could be a good nigga, just a good nigga in general, and somebody can finesse me and take advantage of that, and then eventually it can end, and I don't know what the hell happened. So what Aphrodite's saying is very important. You got to watch your energy. Just because I'm a good person don't mean I got to be a good person on high levels all the time. For me, it's a give and take. I think relationships are a give and take. If I'm a good person, If I do something nice for you, not expecting it, I'm expecting you to do something nice in another way. So if I cook, you take out the trash. If I pick up the kids, you pick them up, or you take them to the fucking soccer, whatever the hell, you know what I mean? Whatever y'all got going on. But I think it's very important. A lot of women say, I'm a good woman because they're like this young lady right here, you know what I mean? Doing shit, picking up plates and shit like that, scrubbing tubs. And then you get passive aggressive, not you, but passive aggressive, and you mad at this nigga because he didn't, because you said it. I feel like you shouldn't have to tell a nigga something, but in this day and age, you gotta tell everybody everything, bro, because the phone is telling y'all niggas how to fucking think. Alexa's doing shit for you. Your phone is telling you to do shit. A lot of these niggas don't know how to think outside the box. So you gotta be careful with your energy. Just like men have to earn your box, women gotta earn our fucking time or our date. This is what I'm talking about. This is called compliment, yin and the fucking yang. So at the end of the day, I don't have problems with women. It has nothing to do with my physical or my swag, quote unquote. It's just I understand. I go into a relationship, or if I go into a date, I have realistic expectations. Say, yo, you know what? For me, I treat myself good. I like to go out to nice restaurants by myself or with somebody. So me taking a woman out to $150, $200 date is not a stretch for me because that's what I normally do by myself. So men need to start doing things for themselves that they would not normally, that they normally do for themselves, as opposed to doing shit that they don't normally do with a woman. This is why they get mad. They ain't never been to a restaurant. They don't know how steaks are supposed to be cooked. They don't know what wine goes with what. They don't know what fork goes with the salad. All this shit. Women are showing them how to do shit, and then they mad at the bro because you were fucking lame. So at the end of the day, men need to watch their energy. Women need to watch their energy. But when we on the same page and we find that match, roll with it, man. Because this is a beautiful thing. Relationships are a beautiful thing, bro. It don't have to be forever. But maximize that time, that moment, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be just a fuck fest. If the pussy good, the dick good, cool. But what's besides that? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you stimulate me? Because I always say women don't want an equal. They want a man that's going to teach them something. And in order for me to be able to teach you something, I have to have done shit that's beyond brunch, that's beyond the yacht parties, that's beyond the dumb shit that you see a lot of these women twerking and doing shit on the fucking internet. So I always tell men, listen, if she's out of your league, she's out of your fucking league, my nigga. Get your weight up. Do what you gotta do. Be somebody of interest. Be an interesting person. Talk to her without finessing her. Because at the end of the day, you ain't got to finesse her if you got a real story to tell. A lot of these niggas have fictitious characters and fictitious stories to try to impress a woman that they've already seen that movie before. This is why niggas get finessed. This is why women get bored of these niggas. And they're like, yo, this nigga's a fucking lame. Let's take this shit to go. And then they bringing me the food. They're bringing me the fucking, you know what I mean? The ribs and the wings and shit like that. And they getting smashed over a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you. You got to watch your energy. And this goes for men too. Men don't watch their energy, and then they wind up getting mad watching content like Zeus, watching content like me, trying to get answers about a woman who isn't really that complicated. You just don't understand yourself enough to know that this woman was out of your fucking league in the first place.
Yep.
It's simple. You know what I mean?
Diamond, you got anything to say, Diamond?
Crazy. Now, man, let's go, Diamond. Real shit.
I think knowing when somebody's out of your league is definitely a big deal.
Facts.
Because I feel like if you're not used to dealing with somebody who gets a lot of compliments and a lot of attention and things like but in my experience, I starts to bug out. And it's like, I can't help that I look the way I look. And I'm not going to downplay.
Right. Make you comfortable.
To please you.
Right.
And you're not going to be going crazy on people for complimenting me.
Oh, my God.
Especially if it's not in a disrespectful way. What's up? What's wrong? It's not my fault. The last couple of drinks you dealt with was boogers.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry.
if you're not used to dealing with somebody with attention, don't deal with them.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
Cause I'm not ugly, like never been. So, that for me, it's like know what you're dealing with, know what you're getting into.
I always tell guys, you know what I mean? I can see the appeal, right? Diamond's an attractive woman and shit. I see niggas and shit. Niggas are like, whatever them niggas are complimenting you or you getting that attention, that guy was able to get your attention. Fine. But for me, I always tell dudes, yo, she got nice eyes. She got a nice body. She got nice hair and shit. Do not compliment her right away on the obvious. Because most niggas are complimenting on her eyes, on her hair and shit. Like, so if you're getting a lot of attention, you see she getting a lot of attention, don't trip. Be that nigga that's not giving her as much attention, right? As much attention. Hold up, hear me. As much attention so she could be like, what's wrong with you, nigga? You got your contacts in? Because here's the deal. At the end of the day, most women get attention. Rarely do women get the right attention. And if a nigga knows himself and a nigga knows that you with him for him, he's not going to worry about that frivolous attention because she's going to be concerned about the attention that she wants from the man that she wants. But niggas don't know that shit.
Sound effect right now.
Right? Woman has to earn the compliment. When women earn the compliment, she appreciates it more, right? So
facts.
I feel like personally,
right? A lot of times men are just giving women frivolous compliments, telling her she looks good just because, simping and under the post and all that nonsense, right? But and that's why they ignore it. Nowadays, women will ignore a compliment or respond to negative comments easily. You see what I'm saying? So when you give a woman compliments easily and she hasn't earned it, she will never respect it. I promise you, she will never respect it. You know what I'm saying? You have to put her in a position to where she's earning it. So you're telling her, hey, listen, I mean, when she's, let's say she's dressed up and looking nice, or she puts on a thing of lingerie like Aphrodite here. Oh, yeah, you look nice. Now she knows, okay, he likes my way of lingerie, as opposed to just telling her she looks nice no matter what she's doing. You see what I'm saying? It sends a certain impulse to her to where she knows, okay, he wants me to do this, and that if I do this, it's validated. You dig what I'm saying? Anybody got any comments on that?
I feel like regardless of the amount of attention you getting as a woman, nothing top a compliment, the compliment coming from your man, and again, that's me personally. I don't know this man on Instagram, telling me, "Oh, you damn ma, you look good, damn you gorgeous." It feels different. It sounds different when it comes from home, and so I don't think men should rely on, oh, you don't have to compliment her as much because she get all this attention. That's not true. I don't care about all this attention. You know what I'm saying? I care about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I'm pretty. When my man tells me, damn, baby, you look good. It don't matter what 1,000 other niggas on Instagram done told me how pretty I was. This is it for me. It makes my day. If I'm stepping out and he said, you look good, baby. Now I'm already now any other men that's gonna tell me you look good, it's simply a thank you. But deep in my heart, they already approved. And that's it for me. So, I think you guys should kind of like slow down on the compliment because we getting so many. It don't work that way.
Chill. I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna push back on that because here's my thing. Now, and I respect what you're saying and shit, but this is what I say. I tell my dudes, the guys who listen to me, and from my experience, and a lot of guys can attest to this. I think for me, I find it difficult to compliment a woman because I expect a woman to be on point. This is me. So like, if I compliment you and shit, it's going to be like, oh yeah, he expect me to look like that. So women, attention is everything, right? Everything to women, right? If they're not getting attention, they don't know what's going on and shit. This is why social media has been so blown out of proportion. And what Diamond said was very important. If you're not used to a woman getting attention, don't trip. That's another thing. A lot of these modern niggas are very emotional, bro. Now, I'm not gonna cap here and say that I wasn't that nigga flipping tables and getting into beef and shit. I was a hothead and shit too. But I learned that it really didn't get me anywhere because at the end of the day, when you fighting over somebody, you doing some dumb shit, you're really pedestalizing a woman, or you're pedestalizing somebody that maybe thrived on that attention. So what I'm saying is this. I'm not necessarily saying that you shouldn't compliment the woman as much, but I think that if a woman looks good, right, she dresses up for you on the date, does that warrant a compliment, or is that should be expected? If I come up dressed up, right, you know what I mean, that shouldn't be a big deal because I knew we going out to a restaurant, I'm putting on cologne and shit, I'm grooming and shit. So it really, that's not a big deal to me. That's what something that should be standard. That's like automatic windows on a car. My thing is, if a woman goes above and beyond, or she does some shit, or she knows my favorite color is red, or she knows I like her hair pulled back and she wears it, then I'm like, yo, I like when I like when you wear your hair like that. This is me. So what I'm saying is, I think just like I'm sure Aphrodite can agree, just like the dominatrix, like you got to kind of cater and do what the person that you're with likes. We all like attractive people. We all like people to go above and beyond for ourselves. But if we like specifically what I like, because if I date a woman, I got to erase all the shit that she learned from the last nigga, because I don't like the way she did it with the last nigga. I like it the way I like it. So I always tell guys, man, and you girls can adapt this as well. I gotta erase everything that you learned from that last dude, that last lame that didn't work out. And I gotta tell you how I like my shit done, how I like my food cooked, how I like you to ride me. Whatever I like, I want to tell you, because you have to try to cater to me, and vice versa. Maybe your man dicked you down a certain way, but maybe you want me to dick you down another way. So this is what I'm saying. Compliments should be earned, but compliments shouldn't be necessarily given for people who are doing things that should be done already by standards. That's just my opinion.
Most girls think that they're better than you. This is why most women don't respect most men, right? This is why they flake on dates. This is why they think they're never going. That's why they think they're never wrong or lack accountability. If you take a regular chick, and she will think that she's worth more, and more importantly, better than a regular guy. So, knowing that dudes need to move differently. You see what I'm saying? You can't pedestalize these girls because they're already getting pedestalized by every other guy. And matter of fact, it's more refreshing to her when you don't pedestalize her. That's why they ignore the niggas under complimenting them under their profile, but they'll respond to the dickhead in a heartbeat. You see what I'm saying? Girls don't, for some reason, they prefer a guy who's not overly complimenting them, a guy who makes her earn those compliments. You can't be out here just telling a girl, sending long-winded paragraphs, oh, you're so beautiful, oh my God, you make the sun come up and all that nonsense. They don't want that shit, bro. Women respect the man who makes her earn it. Whatever you give her, she has to earn it. It can't be just given freely. Anytime it's given freely, it's not, what's the word? It's not appreciated. It's not respected, because that means you give it to everybody freely. Whereas if she had to earn it from you, she respects it more. Does that make sense to you guys? And if not, why?
Nah, it definitely does. If you telling every girl the same thing, how does it make it special when you say it to me?
I'm saying though, but when y'all get all the good morning texts and shit on the way to work, you know what I mean, don't get it y'all get the good morning text, we saying the same shit, y'all receive it. So it's hard to be original. I think it's hard to be original because, I mean, we have access to the internet, we have access to YouTube and shit like that, viral videos and shit like that. I just think it doesn't necessarily matter what a man says to a woman who's really into him, and vice versa. It kind of doesn't matter what the woman does if I'm really into you. And that's the problem. I think we have so much access, we have so much variety and choice. We don't give potential blessings an opportunity to flourish. I mean, I say one dumb thing and shit, you ghosting me. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? I just slipped. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. But the problem is a lot of women have a lot more variety than men do. And niggas, a lot of women I find pass up on a lot of good men that are coachable or are willing to look past your children, or willing to look past that maybe you're a little bit overweight, or willing to look past a lot of things that you hear on the internet that niggas want. Because at the end of the day, we're better together than apart. And I really feel, this is my true belief, I think a lot of women need to work on their fucking attitude. It's unnecessary and it's unattractive. A lot of women feel that they need to have an attitude or they need to convey some type of fucking energy to let a nigga know I'm not putting up with some dumb shit. And I think a lot of women go overboard with that shit because we can have a discussion without having it be emotional. There's so many women that just have this energy that they just want to be combative. And I'm not talking about a black or white thing. I'm just saying like attitude. I'm a bitch. Like you guys wear that shit like it's a fucking badge of honor and shit. And I'm like, damn, why? I mean, why?
Absolutely not. Calling me a bitch
Go
is
ahead.
the one thing. My father always told me, a man that call you a bitch don't respect you.
Okay.
So for me, when you call me that is like, I'm gonna tell you one more time. I'm gonna tell you this one time.
Right.
Don't do that. Because that makes me lose respect for you. Because you telling me after I done told you that how that makes me feel, that you don't respect me.
Right. You should respect that.
I've been told that me calling them a nigga is the same thing. It's not. Now, if I call you a bitch ass nigga, that's the same thing.
Right. I feel you.
When I refer to men as niggas, I refer to my female friends. That's my nigga. I don't. That's not a negative connotation for me. But to call me a bitch, no. I'm not doing that.
And that's the thing.
Because I don't be out here disrespecting you. You a fuck nigga. You a bitch ass nigga. You this, you that. I don't do that.
Right.
I'm going to say how I feel. I might raise my voice if I'm really upset. But I'm not going to call you names and try to degrade you in the process.
I'm glad you brought that up. Real quick, Aphrodite, real quick. That's the thing. Like, that's the shit. I find that a lot of people say shit. Yo, for me, I feel like once you start going that route, you calling each other bitch, fuck nigga, fuck you nigga, all that shit, it's done because now you've opened the door and said, oh, we rocking like that? I bet. When I was younger, I used to think I was winning, ladies, because I was out disrespecting you. You call me a fuck nigga, I'll disrespect you and shit. I have you quiet and shit. But to me, toxic relationships was okay. It was normal. It's not normal, bro. At 48 fucking years old, my nigga. It's like I'm like, nah, I can't even deal with it. I got a zero tolerance policy for attitudes. But you're absolutely right. Aphrodite, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't want to forget.
It's okay. For me, I was raised a little bit different. Like my mom is a nudist. You get what I'm saying? And we were always taught that it's not even what you're saying, it's the tone that you're using, the word, and that in order for us to grow and really truly love each other is to understand when we're angry at each other. And as long as we're not doing it in a place where it's public and we're together, you're allowed to express yourself in the manner that you express yourself. Then you truly know that person as a human. You truly know if somebody is coming out and saying, bitch, you fucking, or nigga, you fucking, and y'all are in a room together, it is no longer disrespect. This is the anger that I'm feeling. I need to verbalize this.
Right.
And not saying being toxic neither. You know what I'm saying? Is really having to respect with somebody and being able to communicate in any manner as long as it's communication.
But now, using that term is a choice. You don't have to.
Wait. Go ahead, Aphrodite.
Smacking me, hitting me, putting your hands on me, but no harm. I believe it. No harm, no foul. You are allowed to sit there and verbally express yourself as long as you're not doing it in the crowd, because then it's disrespectful. But if a person pulled you to the side and he just sitting there and be like, bitch, you just fucking disrespect the fuck out of me. He is angry. Right. You earned the word bitch because he's pissed the fuck off. Now he's putting you in your place, but you're with him. You should know your man. You're with him.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree with that, though.
BB got something good.
I disagree with it because, see, a lot of times, yeah, I get you. You want to express yourself. You want to say how you feel. But you see, these verbal words sometimes trigger what we do call physical fight. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to start something every time. Why does it have to be that every time you're angry, you cannot even communicate properly? You could scream. You know, the tone of your voice could change. But why do you have to call me names?
No, I'm not saying every time.
You telling?
You're in the club with your
But
man.
that's what I'm saying. Once it
And somebody-
starts, because
you-
if you're making it okay, you're letting it known that okay, he has the right to express himself and call me a bitch because that's how it feels.
And
Now every
eventually he's gonna
time,
do it in public.
even he's gonna do it in public, and it's gonna, and some
No,
other days it may even
with a-
get worse. So
It's something
I don't. But then
with a man.
again, like you said, you know, we were all raised differently, but that's how I feel. And I also want to talk about the attitude part. You guys do know that a lot of these women out there do have an attitude because that's the way they are able to hide their, you know, how hurt they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a door. It's like they're building that door, and they have a nasty attitude, not because they're not good women or not, or they just want to be sassy. There's so many hurt women out there. I don't think you guys even understand. These women are hurt. And then not every woman know how to express that to a man if they're getting to know somebody or even if they're dating someone. That's, you know, giving an attitude is like, okay, they think they're protecting themselves, but really, like you said, they're turning you off, and they turn a lot of guys off. Because these women don't know nowadays how to seek help, how to find somebody to talk to, how to find a professional to speak to. You know what I'm saying? So instead of them doing that, they're just out there walking like, you know, I'm a bad bitch, I have that attitude, and so what? But really and truly, they're soft inside, but they're hurting as fuck, and they don't know how to express that. And so therefore, they're going to have that nasty attitude because in their head, with that nasty attitude, they're pissing you off as it is too. So I'm hurt. You're going to be hurt too. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of these women do out there. They're really, really soft. And I have a lot of friends who are like that. But it's because of what they've gone through. You know, they felt like, okay, me having an attitude where a man would respect me. They won't fuck with me. Not thinking this shit is not cute. It's turning a lot of men off. You know what I'm saying? So on behalf of this woman, I'm telling you, a lot of them, it's not the attitude that they want to show. It's how they feel like they could protect themselves by showing that attitude.
And that's what I mean by being able to verbally express yourself and releasing that energy from your body. Words like bitch, fuck, ass, motherfucker, stupid motherfucker. Releasing that energy. Women are like that because you know why? They're holding on to whatever it is they didn't verbalize, whatever it is they didn't speak about. You get what I'm saying? Let that shit go. You told him he was a bitch ass nigga at that time. You wouldn't have been crying about it 3 years later. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to release that energy.
But you see, to some, you may throw these words, and some people you may never be able to take them back.
Exactly.
That's simple to you.
Like I said,
that
there's a way to tell somebody they being a bitch ass nigga without saying those
not
exact
every
words.
man wants to be called a bitch ass nigga, and that's a word you may never be able to take back. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You don't have to be so aggressive to show that you're angry.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because this word, you may end up eating those words, and you may end up losing a good man because you felt like this is how I felt. You was a bitch ass nigga at that point, and I'm gonna call you that for what?
But that's vice versa.
First of all, if your level of respect for that man and that man's level of respect for you should not even have allowed him or her to call you names to begin with.
Period.
Sometimes being angry means walking away from the argument. Babe, I'm going away to breathe for 2 minutes, 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, babe, I'm not in the mood to talk. Get away from me. That's enough to show that you're upset.
But I'm not saying
that is enough.
I'm not saying that you have all the time, but men have gun lines the same way we have gun lines. If you go into a club with a man and you see your ex there, your ex talk about, come over here, buy a drink, and you sitting over there talking with them when you was on a date with your man, and your man pulling you to the side and be like, you was a dumb fucking bitch for that. You deserve that shit.
But you're a dumb bitch if you do that, though. Why would you be out with your man going that? But those are I'm not even gonna call. You shouldn't even call that woman a bitch at this point. You should just disappear. This is it. This is not that woman for you. Period. I'm walking away and I'm going home. Why am I gonna waste my energy having to show you? Because if I'm doing that, I'm as dumb as you are. For my self-respect, I'm walking away. I'm going home. You staying here where you at, bitch. I'm going home. Bye. Period. Simple as that.
I just don't believe words of that. You got it. I don't get it.
Let me tell you, as an HR person, I done killed so many employees in my head 1,000 times.
Oh yeah,
like damn, you dumb. Damn, I want to slap you. Damn, I want to fire you. Could you be? But you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it for many reasons. Because these people come to work with a lot of problems as it is. We barely paying these people to put them through that shit. And I can't do it because I could lose everything that I've worked so hard for. So therefore, I have to, I have to build what we call staying calm and learning how to listen without even having to say a word. Sometimes you got to learn how to kill people with just your silence.
Yeah.
My face expression will tell you how I feel at the moment without even having to say more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why our generation needs to do more often. Shut the hell up sometimes. Listen, walk away. You don't have to say much. Let your calmness speak for you, because that speaks volume. I don't know about
It's
anybody
okay
else.
to walk away and calm down and then come
It
back
is.
and have a conversation where everybody's calm.
It really is.
Why
really
do we
is.
have to do this when you angry and I'm angry? And
All right,
now we go into levels of disrespect that this is how you talk to people in the streets.
But look,
We're not supposed to communicate like that because we on a different level.
You see how we're having this conversation, right? Look at everybody's demeanor. You can't let words take that much power over you. You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm not gonna let you disrespect me with
But
your
it can
words.
though.
That's the thing.
But it can though. That's the problem. It can. Words
That's the
can take a
thing.
lot of
Everybody's
power.
human. It's natural to feel a type of way about words.
It's
All right.
it's deliberate and that gives words the power.
So what Haiti said is true, right? The biggest power you have as a man is to walk away. You see what I'm saying? Disrespect from a woman is only possible if you allow it. And if you don't check it in real fucking time. A lot of men let shit slide. They should have checked from the door. Just like a woman gets turned on like a value knob, they also get turned off like a value knob. Her disrespect comes in stages, and it usually starts small. Make no mistake, this is the exact stage in order it comes in, right? The exact order. It begins with her cutting you off when you talk, right? Then it goes into her raising her voice. Then it goes from that to her progressing into her usually using foul language or calling you out the name. After that point, you're at the point of no return. Because from that point, then it progresses into her now doing this shit in public. After that, it gets worse. Where now you put your hands on you or threatening to put her hands on you. And you know what the final form is? The final end game of that shit is? Her sucking other niggas' dick. That's the final end game of that disrespectful shit. When you don't check it from the door, it gets worse. It progresses. A woman disrespecting you never gets better. The moment that shit starts, if you do not check it, I don't care if it's the smallest amount of disrespect, it gets worse.
Yeah, definitely.
I had a girl, I forgot how it was. She was like, I guess she spoke that way, like, bitch, please. I'm like, whoa, watch your fucking mouth. Like, watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that. Watch your mouth. And the moment, and she's like, oh, my bad. I didn't know. Nah, don't do that shit over here. You see what I'm saying? The moment that shit starts, check it in real fucking time. You can't let it slide. You can't ignore it. I don't care what's going on. The moment it starts, you check it in real time. A lot of men allow certain shit to continue just because they want sex. They don't want to break rapport. Or the problem is, a lot of men operate from a scarcity mindset. They deal with women, right? Maybe one girl at a time, or so they allow searches to happen because they don't have a lot of women to choose from. Whereas if you have a lot of women tolerate less than you sometimes. Why? Because they have an abundance mindset. Women walk away quicker than men because she can replace the factor, whereas the man necessarily can't. So a lot of men tolerate a lot of shit they shouldn't be tolerating, and that's where they put them in a more compromising or bad position as a man. Disrespect is zero tolerance for that shit. You cannot tolerate on any fucking level. No matter how it starts and ends, it can tolerate you. The moment it starts, cool. Recreational use only, bitch. Or sex phone only. That's the moment a woman starts doing that. I don't care if something as small as cutting you off. Dates. You know that shit stop. You're not going dates. We ain't doing shit else. You ain't getting shit from me the moment you start talking crazy to me. None of that. Anybody got anything to say about that?
Can I ask you a question? Have anybody ever been in like an argument, instead of defending themselves, actually listen to what the person said?
Yeah.
Yeah, like regardless of the rage that they're in, like really sit there and be like, oh wow, maybe I did do something.
But I don't think
Not in
it's
the moment.
of whether it's the issue of knowing you did something. Obviously, I know I did something, but like you said, it's the way that it comes across. A lot of times, it's your tone. It's your tone, and now, all right, I might be able to deal with your tone if you using respectful language. But now, once you start to get disrespectful, that changes the dynamic, and now you're not being heard.
You know, you're absolutely right. But you know what I find? It's hard. I mean, right now we're all calm. We're having a good discussion, but in the heat of the moment, it's hard because now you got voice inflection, you got tone, you got volume and shit. So in the heat of the moment and shit, it's hard for us to have this logical fucking explanation. But for me, what I find being a fucking hothead, when shit gets out of pocket, I walk away. Now, here's the fucking problem. When I start to walk away, that pisses the woman off even more. And then I'm like, yo, listen, I'm doing you a fucking favor because if I stay here, I'm gonna start flipping shit. Now, in modern day, a nigga start talking that shit. I start talking this tough guy shit. You gonna flip shit, nigga? What? Because in the back of their mind, most women know, nigga, I'm gonna call 911 on your fucking ass, and you gonna go get out of here in fucking cuffs. That's the reality of it. Again, I missed the fucking 90s, right? I was notorious for flipping shit, doing dumb shit. Now, what I'm saying is this. I learned for me and my safety, I'm not even doing it for her. I'm doing it for me. I'd rather just walk away because I realized that in the heat of the moment, we both may need to fucking calm down. We both may need to calm down and think about what we did. But a lot of times, most women don't calm down. After they calm down, they just put pause on their emotions. And as soon as we start talking again, they just hit the reset button and they just start talking about all the shit that they should have said in that moment. So for me, I don't think arguing is if you're a combative person by nature, you're fiery, you want to fucking argue, you want to get your point across, you're not the one for me. Because I don't want somebody who's going to be submissive and shit and somebody that's not going to, I want you to be heard. But you have to learn. I want a mature woman that knows how to communicate properly or kind of knows my quote unquote love language. Everybody's love language is different, right? I don't have attitudes, bro. I don't deal with it anymore because what the fuck are you having attitude for? You ain't doing a quarter of the shit that I'm doing. Why are you mad? So at the end of the day, communication is extremely important, but disrespect is natural when in the heat of the moment. It's hard for us to kind of diffuse a situation. Let's say you get into beef, you try to restrain the broad. The broad is like, yo, get off me. Like, it's just tough, man. So I think all men should just fucking walk away. Just be like, yo, listen, you know what? Let's revisit this when you calm the fuck down. Because if you try to outpower her, you're gonna lose, bro. You're gonna lose. Whether she could put her hands on you, if you retaliate, nigga, you done. If the cops come, you done. So at the end of the day, you have to let her get her rocks off and then leave the situation. And then once you guys both fucking calm down, talk about it, hear her out, but she's got to hear you out too. After you guys calm down, she doesn't want to hear you out. She's not the one for you, bro, because you're gonna suppress all of your frustrations, and then one day you're gonna pop off, and that may result in some serious, jail time or whatever, something even worse.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, man, I make it clear up front that expectation about respect and compliance has to be the foundation. You know what I'm saying? And especially even if I'm just fucking you, respect has to be your foundation, right? The moment that's broken, I cut your fucking water. Like, we ain't doing nothing else. Like, we ain't going on dates. We're not doing none of that. Like, anything that you enjoy, we're not doing because you're being disrespectful and I don't tolerate it. And I let a woman know it's zero tolerance from the door, like the smallest amount. Raising your voice to me is a problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you smash it, raising your voice is a problem. So, and most women, either they'll conform and change the behavior and repent, or they'll get worse. In which case, now you don't get shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no gifts, no time. I won't validate you. You get less time on the phone. Like, I really have a certain system to where I avoid certain problems. You see what I'm saying? And you know, like a lot of guys, and the big thing you could do is walk away. But let's say but a lot of guys, I can't tell a lot of guys to walk away because a lot of guys aren't gonna walk away. Why? Because a lot of guys don't have options to walk away, right? So what I would say is, listen, shut it down. The moment she starts, you know the one thing women hate doing? Women hate fucking a guy and not getting nothing from it. So the moment you cut her water off and stop giving her shit, dates, validation, gifts, I don't care if it's a birthday. The moment she expects, cut her off. If you can't walk away, the least you can do is cut her shit off. And at that point, she conforms, which you probably won't. I'm not gonna hold you, probably won't. The best thing you can do is walk away, like AV said. But if you can't walk away, cut this shit off, man. Make her realize, like, this is not zero tolerance for this shit. And as long as she continue, as long as you don't do it, I don't care if it's Christmas, the bitch gets nothing from you. You cannot tolerate disrespect. Because that has to be the foundation. Once that foundation is broken, a lot of women, once they start respecting you, it's usually not going to stop. I'm not going to hold you. It really stop. And especially if the woman's over, this is how I say, if a woman's over 35 and she don't respect you, right? She's been doing this behavior for a long time. She's almost more than likely not going to change. You see what I'm saying? Women at that age are not going to change. Like more than likely. Now, is it possible? Sure, but it's not possible. So once you see it starting, man, you got to prepare yourself to either walk away or let her know, listen, this is only. To be honest with you, she gonna cut you off. Once you make it sex on only, she'll cut you off anyway. You ain't gotta even cut her off because a lot of women have a problem of giving you sex and nothing in return.
You know what it is? Absolutely. You know what it is, and I gotta get out of here, and I apologize. I really enjoyed this conversation, but I want to say this too. I don't think women have a problem conforming. I don't think women have a problem changing. The problem is a lot of women aren't incentivized to change. Right? They're not incentivized. They don't see enough value in you to say, you know what? Let me shut the fuck up. Let me hold my tongue. Women have the ability to conform. Women have the ability to act and behave in a certain way that's conducive to what is beneficial to them. Let's talk about your employer, right? If you got to clock in, you got to be in at a certain time. You got to, when the big boss comes in, the client comes in, y'all got to dress up a little bit more. You got to clean your fucking cubicles. You got to do all that shit. You guys conform to that. So a lot of men are mad at women because they want the woman to see beyond their exterior. They want the woman to see in their fucking soul. A lot of you niggas ain't worth shit. You ain't got shit. And the woman is not incentivized to change or adhere to a fictitious program that you heard another nigga say on YouTube. So I always tell dudes, listen, bro, if she is not receptive to you, let her go. Let her go. Let her be on her fucking merry way. Let her do her thing. Because at the end of the day, she probably did you a fucking favor. Now, I say anything for women because I ain't bashing women. If the nigga's not doing shit, he look good and all that shit, he ain't about shit. Tell him he ain't about shit. I ain't mad at you for telling me I ain't shit. I'm not the one for you. Women should get their weight up. Men should get their fucking weight up. But at the end of the day, change, everyone can change. It's never fucking too late. I don't want to hear that, after 35, I'm stuck in my ways. I'm stubborn. Because if you are not willing to change and evolve as a human being, you're going to be stuck and fucking miserable. I think we should always be evolving. I think we should always be open to change as long as it's in line with what your evolution entails. But a lot of dudes don't have enough going for them to cause a woman to even consider changing or suppressing their attitude. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, man. But I gotta jump off. Zeus.
Yeah,
ladies, this was an excellent conversation, man. I really enjoyed it, man. I know the audience probably wanted some fucking smoke. They wanted some fucking disrespect, man. But I'm too old for that shit. I ain't got time for that shit, man. But I appreciate everybody, man. You ladies are beautiful, man. I respect what you guys are looking for. Yeah, you guys can find me, for the audience members, you guys can find me on Instagram at Alpha Villains. Check me out. I got a YouTube channel as well, Alpha Villains. I got a morning show each and every morning. Finish your breakfast with AV. And I appreciate you, Zeus. Ladies, you have a good night.
Good night.
I will see you guys next time.
We're having you on, man.
All right, peace, ladies. Good night.
I have a hosting for too.
Say it again every day.
I have a hosting.
You got a hosting?
Yes.
What time is it hosting?
10.
10? I should right now. Give me 1 second. I'm about to wrap up right now. And last question for you guys. I'm about to do a video reaction and then we'll be done. All right, you guys? All right, here we go. Here goes the video right now. Rose, you here?
I'm
Rose, you can
here.
hear? All right, we want to
I'm
do
here.
a video, and then we'll be done. All right, you got? Here we go.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So, what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your own shelves at home? You know what I mean? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. In a good way.
And where do you meet these men?
Well, I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really easy. So if you think about it, like you want a lawyer, right? So then you should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize, because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like her in her McMansion with her husband who's high and the babies. Like that's who has the last laugh. So.
So, ladies, that was a lot right there. Give me 1 second. I'm checking in my hand. Sorry, you guys are doing it live. All right. Ladies, what's that? How do you feel about the video, and how do you feel about submission? Let's start with Aphrodite, because she has to go soon. So let's just start with her.
I don't think there's anything wrong with submitting to your man. Okay, I'll say that. And I kind of understand what she's saying in a way, because she's just saying you place yourself in these environments to, you know, like they always say, watch the friends that you keep. You know, you place yourself in those environments to meet a doctor. So okay, I understand you want to meet a doctor, become this, or do this and that. But I don't know. To each his own. If she wants to be home and be a housewife, and that's her happiness, that's her medium, so be it for her. You get what I'm saying? Work for your man. I kind of understand what she's saying. I'm sorry. Yeah. If that's she's right. She's placing herself in a certain place. You do have to submit to your boss, because you're gonna submit to your boss for that check. I mean, I just would like to know, if I could speak to her, I'd be like, well, do you get paid at the end of the week still?
Yeah.
Right.
How do you feel about submission?
That just sweetens the deal, boss. You know what I mean?
How do you feel about submission itself, though, like towards men?
I don't think there's anything wrong with being submissive. I am very much an alpha female, but I am that goddess in bed.
You said what about bed?
I'm an alpha female, but I'm that goddess in bed.
So let me ask you: are you naturally submissive towards men?
Am I what?
Naturally submissive towards men you meet?
Towards the man that I want to be submissive to.
The men you're dealing with, you're not naturally submissive with them.
I'm sorry?
The men you deal with, you're not naturally submissive to them.
Am I naturally submissive? I'm a dominant. No, I'm not naturally submissive. I'm naturally an alpha. You know, I'm naturally dominant. But to the man that I like, yes. If it's a man that I want to be with, yes. Or if it's a man that shows that he can be alpha or he can be dominant, that's a man, yeah.
Okay. Let's go on Rose. How do you feel about the video, your reaction? To a man.
Sorry. I'm in the dark because I just got home and my son is, you know, doing his thing. But I don't think there's a problem with being submissive to your man. I mean, to me, as a woman, you should. You should. That's I'm just gonna leave it right there.
But do you feel like you should never submit to your man or to the guy you're dealing with?
Huh?
Do you feel like you naturally should submit to guys you're dealing with?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing about it is, if I'm okay, so repeat that question. I just want to make sure I heard what I heard.
If you deal with a guy, do you think you should naturally submit to him?
For some reason, I'm having a hard
You
time
think
hearing
you
you.
should
Hold on.
have to submit to him if you're dealing with a guy.
Can't hear you. Hold on. I think your phone might be on mute. Your phone's muted. Hold on. Say it
Can
again?
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. What was the question?
Do you think you should naturally submit to a guy? Like a guy,
Absolutely.
I mean, like a guy that you meet. Let's say you meet a guy, go on dates. You should be submissive to him, for example.
Absolutely. I believe I can.
Say it again.
I absolutely. I believe I can.
Ask it. You think you should?
If I should,
Yes. So you naturally submit to men if you do.
I'm sorry. I don't know if it's breaking now. I can't.
Submit to men that you deal with.
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him fine. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. So what can?
I think it's natural to. Can you naturally submit to a guy that you deal with?
I can naturally submit to a guy that I'm dealing with. I think I can. Yeah. But explain yourself though. What do you mean? Like,
If you're dealing with a guy, you meet a guy that going to get dating. You're dating. Smashing whatever you're doing. But can you naturally be submissive towards him? Like, are you submissive towards him as you're dealing with him?
yes, I can.
Or it's just submissive to be earned or something. I don't know.
No, I think. Well, I mean, as long as I'm into you, I'm submissive. Let's put it that way. If
Okay.
I'm into you, yes.
Diamond. Diamond looks a little angry at that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm submissive, but once you show me that I shouldn't be, don't be mad that I'm not.
So you come in submissive?
Huh?
You come submissive or to earn that?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, I would say yes.
How do you feel about the video?
That video, I mean, I kind of agree with what she said. The only reason why I wouldn't personally want to be a housewife is because I don't like having to ask anyone for money. Or I mean, if I could go to my husband and be like, babe, can I have this amount of money? And he just be like, here, cool. But if it's like I'm a kid and you got to know what I want it for or what I need it for, I'll go work my own job. Straight up. I don't got time for that. Like, that's what I like, that just reminds me of being a kid and asking my dad for money and my dad being like, what you need it for? You know what I mean? So in that sense, I wouldn't want to be a housewife, but I do agree with what she said. If that's the kind of life you want, you need to put yourself in those circles and those positions to meet those kind of men, because they not on the block. Very rarely will you find a hood housewife. They out there, but there's no guarantee with that. If he don't got a reputable career, there's no guarantee from being a hood housewife. So I'm not gonna be that either. But if he got it like that like you see how they be on Basketball Wives. They be going to brunch and going to lunch and all of that. If I could be like that and I'm a stay-at-home wife, let's go.
Those women have careers.
Huh?
Those women have careers.
Now, starting out, they didn't.
They didn't have careers. Yeah, they didn't have careers. The men put them up.
Yeah, they put them up. They put them on. But those women are going to brunch and lunch and being housewives, but they have careers that's pulling in something.
Now.
Yeah.
But before they was on Basketball Wives or when they first got with that man, they didn't have that.
And stuff. I know.
Yes, they didn't. Yeah. Their career is basically the TV personality. They don't really have no real careers.
Yeah. But now they got businesses and lip gloss and hair and all of this. But they got that because they got this recognition from TV, from being with that basketball player. Some of them wasn't even
Yeah.
a wife. They ex-girlfriends.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
You know?
I'm gonna challenge what Aphrodite said earlier, right? Because that's the problem right there, right? Basically, what you were saying was, I'm masculine unless the guy comes in and proves he's worthy of submission from me, correct?
I said what?
Basically, you said you're gonna be masculine unless the guy comes in and proves he's worthy of submission from you,
I
correct?
said masculine. I am nowhere near masculine. I am out. I am not that. Okay. To be honest with you, woman, that when I go outside, whether I'm on a date, you get what I'm saying, and I don't know the guy, to when I know the guy, he has my full attention. Okay, I'm a puppet master like you, sweetheart. I know how to make my man feel good when I'm outside, whether he's my man or he's not my man. Okay, but what I'm saying is that the submission part of it, where he can tell me, I need you to go do this, and without a question, I go and do it. No, I'm not gonna just give it up like that, baby. You're gonna work for it.
So that's what, again, let me try the question again. What you're basically saying is, I ain't masculine until the guy comes in and proves he's worthy.
That's right.
All right, so you know what that is? That's conditional submission, right? Which honestly, translates, right, into, being conditionally feminine, right? Let me ask you, right? Who has 100% authority over who you have to date with and procreate or fuck or whatever?
Who has 100% authority?
Over who you fuck, who you procreate with, who you date?
I do.
Okay. What is intrinsically tied to authority?
I'm sorry?
What is tied to authority?
What do you mean what's tied to it?
Responsibility. So if you have 100% authority over whom you choose to date with, right? Then you would also have, right, automatically 100% responsibility over the results stemming from who you choose to date with, right? So you're saying that a guy should earn it, but you chose a man. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of women like to say, men are, feminine, or he's this and that, he's a fuck boy, or he don't deserve me to submit to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you chose a man, right, and you chose to fuck that man or procreate with that man or be with that man, then that's you, right? The problem isn't the man. Your standards and your vetting process is the problem. Too many women are out here blaming men for their lack of femininity. Now, I'm not making excuses for the men. Are men less feminine? For sure. But for the past few decades, who's been raising these? That has something to talk about, because and let me hit you guys with a few for some empirical data to further illustrate what's the uncomfortable truth here, right? In the U.S., over 55% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of all divorces are initiated by women, not men. If you were to extrapolate that into all non-marital relationships, it would be the same result. Women initiate most breakups. According to the CDC, 80% of all single-parent households are led by women. 52% of that. Huh?
Who's the author of that?
CDC. The link's in my description now. But and all of that 80% never married. 29% of that 80 never got divorced. And this is all of the U.S. We're all black here, right? So let's discuss the black stats. 62% of all black women are single. That's the highest out of all demographics.
Did they
closest is Hispanics, both men and women, at 38%. So black women beat out other demographics for both genders. 69.4% of all black babies are born out of wedlock. That's 7 out of 10 according to the CDC. You see what I'm saying? So these same fuck boys, city boys, men who aren't men who aren't able to lead, men who don't have jobs, men in the streets, and I was one of them, are raised by what? Single mother households. So when women fix their mouth to complain about these men, you're choosing to date them. Complain about these same independent women who's raising these men and don't exclude yourselves. You see what I'm saying? Because honestly, you women are choosing these men. You pick who you date. You pick who you fuck.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You're a very dangerous man. You're definitely a puppet master. Okay? I see through you.
As women, you are to come to a man feminine, just like he to come to you masculine. Why is it women get to pick and choose when they want to be feminine, but a man has to be statically masculine? Submission is a huge part of femininity. This is the ridiculous concept a lot of Western women live by. I'm masculine until I find a more masculine man to overpower my masculinity. Do you know how asinine women sound spewing that nonsense? That would be the equivalent of me telling you after that. Wait, that'll be the equivalent of me telling you I'm wearing lipstick, I'm feminine, I'm pushing until I find a woman who's more feminine enough to put me in my masculinity.
And what you think is happening out here?
Doesn't it? Huh?
What you think out here with the guys wearing our jeans? Can't even fit the pocket. Like, leave our shit alone. We leave y'all shit alone, okay?
Yeah. See, this is the problem though. While women are feminine, right? Dads are critical in the household. We have a lot of fatherless women who are raised in fatherless homes who don't understand how to take orders from a man. Most women have never taken orders from a masculine energy. Most women deal with and I hate to say this term, beta men. So when a man starts giving out orders, even if it's to her own benefit, she will have a serious point of contention with it. Here's the issue, right? Fathers' homes tend to breed degenerate men and women. We have a lot of fathers' homes, especially in the Black community. A father is the first line of defense to let you know there's consequences in life when you make poor fucking choices. When you don't have that and society has to correct your choices, well, you become a fucking ward of the state. You get a felony record, you go to prison, end up in someone's porn video or gangbanging someone's staircase or whatever else making you a product of the environment. There's an age-old saying, fathers keeps men out of jail and women with stripper poles. That saying exists for a reason. Fathers used to be a critical part within the mating process where he would vet the man for dating and/or marriage to ensure that that guy wasn't a piece of shit, that he deflowers and impregnates his daughter and leaves her ass, to ensure her virginity stayed intact to preserve her value, while simultaneously assuring this man's ability to adequately protect and provide for her, for his daughter, stays intact. And I just gave you guys the stats right earlier, but look at the society as a whole. Women are awful at their own mating selection process. Like, despite the abundance of options y'all have, women overwhelmingly lack the ability to properly select and vet a man on their own. This is why back in the day, involving the father in the mate selection process was crucial, because when women mate select, she tends to go off emotion, adrenaline, delusion, and shiny shit. The father is able to be objective in this process and find a man who's optimal for her to marry and procreate with, for long-term security and provisioning. So that when she's in her mid-30s, she doesn't look back in life and say, how did I end up a single mom, or why did I never marry, or why did I waste my youth? Your father, his duty was to assure when he departed this earth, you were left in competent, capable hands. You see what I'm saying? And there's a reason why arranged marriages were put in place back in the day. Nothing is without fault, right? I'll give you that. But arranged marriages work. Arranged marriages save women from their own stupid fucking choices. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
I didn't say nothing. I'm listening. The Martin Luther King of vagina.
What's your comment, Diamond?
Well, arranged marriages, that's I can't get jiggy with that.
That's the only way to at this point.
Huh?
Yeah, women pick the wrong guy consistently. There are women
that's
who
true. I'm not. Yeah, that's true. But I feel like y'all pick the wrong women too, because let's be honest. In a lot of situations I've seen, I know a lot of people that are, for instance, good fathers, and they got the worst baby mothers, and the good baby mothers got the worst baby fathers. So I don't feel like we the only ones that pick the wrong people, but I just feel like, as far as like when you was talking about being submissive and picking and choosing when you want to be submissive, I don't think you pick and choose when you want to be submissive. I think it's more of like knowing, all right, you're clearly not an alpha male or a male that can lead me, or you're not going to lead me somewhere that I want to go. I'm not going to let you lead me into the gutter, bro.
But who chose him, Diamond?
But that's my point. We not even going to get to that point for you to lead me to the gutter, because I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to be submissive to something that's not conducive to my life and where I'm trying to go in life. I'm just going to...
Or
So
if I realize this and if we already in too deep, and because I love you, I'll try to help you. But if I see that it's not working, I gotta move on. Cause I can't. I got 2 kids and 2 kids only. I got yeah.
Aphrodite, go ahead, chime in. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you go ahead, chime in.
I said I have to get.
Well, I knew I
I
get the
gotta
host
get
on
ready
right.
to sign off.
And I got you right now. So let me just say this, right? And what you said about how, we picked the wrong women. Guys, we don't have the same biological investment you do. So we picked the wrong woman to have a kid with. I ain't got to take care of it, move on with life. Whereas you have to be more conscious of the man you consolidate on. You picking the wrong guy has egregious consequences. Because now you're stuck being the same mom. Or because, not the guy, because of your, first of all, because you allowed to even have the kid, you had the kid with the wrong guy, you chose that, and you chose to sleep with the wrong guy, allow him to have sex with you raw and nutting you raw. These are choices you made along the road. You can't have 100% authority and have zero responsibility towards it. You see what I'm saying? If you're picking the guy, you're picking the wrong guy consistently, that means your vetting process sucks. You go back to the drawing board and figure out what are you doing wrong. Because you're not, men only fuck who they can. You fuck who you want. You want to deal with these guys. If you consistently getting fuck boys and niggas who's deadbeats and this and that, something's wrong with your vetting process. You're the problem, not him. Men are only doing what they're allowed to do. Be confident? No?
That's okay.
All right. We're going to end it here, you guys. Lady, after that, tell them where they can find you at.
It's Cuban and demigod, all underscores, underscore at the end. It's on Instagram.
We're going to host them tonight, right? We're at.
Okay.
You got to host them tonight, right?
Oh yeah, those locations I can't give out. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Diane, let them know where to find you at.
You can follow me at Dope Diamond, 3 D's on the end. And also follow my nail page, Diamond Lux Nails.
Yes.
All right, you guys. This was a dope podcast, a dope episode. Tune in Monday. I'm gonna have my realtor on. We're gonna go over the numbers of my property that I closed on. I'm gonna give you guys in-depth numbers, exactly what I paid, the loan I chose to use, and we're gonna get the exact. We're gonna give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm gonna tell you guys everything, not just the good. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned and have a great day, you guys.